Hello, this is Victor bringing here a new unboxing review of what you can find inside of a box, and this time it's going to be the Shadowspear. This is the last set from Games Workshop, or one of the last, where we have the Chaos Space Marines against the Space Marines. In this case, are going to be primaries. So this is, in a way, part is coming together with the campaign of Vigilus. So next week we will have Vigilus second part, but this is what is coming in the Shadowspear starter set. So here we have, of course, we have the bases, and we have all these sprues. So first of all, we have the 3 characters in an individual sprue. So I guess this will say that they will come along in the future. So here we have the 3 characters. I don't remember exactly the names, but I think one is a Lithuanian and one is a librarian, a captain, and the new psyker. Okay, I will put them aside. We are going to look them in more detail later on. So I'm just taking them from the box and showing to you. We have 2 times this sprue of primaries. It's 2 times the same sprue. Okay, and then we have these big sprues that are all different. So this is 2 big sprues for the Chaos starters. Okay, this is the one that is including the new type of demonic engine. We're going to go here. We have one of the we have parts of the new possess and the new obliterators, and in this one it looks like, I guess, I think most of these parts are the new Space Marines. I guess this is prepared in case in the future they come in a start collecting maybe. And then we have this box, this other one sprue from the primaries. So the primaries, they have 2 times the same sprue, and then we have this different sprue for them. This is what we have in here. Remove, there is this protection, try to avoid that you scratch this too much. Of course, we have one of these posters. This is the cover of the Shadowspear. Then I already removed the film. This comes all filmed together. We have the big bases. This is for the vehicle. And then we have problems to remove. We have the bases here. I want to remove everything. We have some transfers, mainly for the. These are for the Space Marines, the Loyal Starters, and these are for the Black Legion. We have the small. Or the quick reference, the one that was exactly the same that comes in the Forge Vein, for example. So this is quite useful when you're playing, so you have all the rules in one glance. And then we have 4 books, right? We have, let's go, this is the how to build book. Okay, we have here all, you can see they also explain here you have this sprue by 2. So it's the captain, the librarian, and the master of possession, and then we have 2 for chaos, and these are for the adaptus starters. And here we have all the instructions on how to assemble them. So I don't need to go I have to say that recently the instructions to build them are quite easy to follow, although the miniatures are becoming more and more complex to assemble sometimes. And here we have the 3 books that are coming inside. Okay, so let me remove this to help, and I will look. So let's look for the first book. For example, this is the Codex Heretic Astartes Demon King. So this is a small codex. These are all small 3 small books, soft cover. This is 24 pages. Okay, so I guess it's about 70 pages between the 3. And this one, is about for the chaos part. So we have a first little bit of fluff. It's the same structure of a big codex, but more condensate or with less content in a way. So we have the Demon King, the background, the showcase, and the rules. Okay, so So again, very nice counter cover, and I'm wondering if it's the same. We have the same for all the 3 books. So this is also interesting to know. Okay, we have, sorry, not this one. Okay, for the 2 codexes we have the same. So this is the Astartes. We have the same illustration, not the same. No, it's not in the case of the Shadowspear book. So what we have in this Demon King, you can see that the quality of the printing is nice, and it's all full color. There is the background, so here you have the abominations we have. This is very interesting, so it's not just for the Black Legion, so you can also use it for other legions. I'm thinking if I will use the Alpha Legion, as it's one of my favorites, or I will use it for my own. I think I will paint them with my own color scheme, a different one that is not any of this. Here we have the showcase of the demons, and the demon of the Demon King, and here we have the Chaos Space Marines. So this new guy is really awesome. Really love this. Then we have the data sheets. First, the explanation how have to be read, the generic rules for the Demon King, and then we have the different rules for the units. The Venom Crawler is called. Need to start learning the new names, and then we have the rules in case you. This is in case you are doing. In the rules described in this section, we often refer to Chaos Space Marine units. This is shortened as Heretic Astartes. Unit that has black, can be Keywords Legion, and then can be Black Legion, War Bearers, blah blah blah. Not that this guy, so okay. Then says that the spoilers of the galaxy. Sorry, I cannot read because I have the reflection. If an army is battle forged, all troops units from the Chaos Space Marines detachment gain this ability. Such unit that, and this is interesting, all troops units in Chaos Space Marine detachment gain the okay. So yeah, they can. Okay, it's the same. I think it's the same as we had before. Okay, and Shadow Allies. We have the Fallen that are Shadow Allies, and this is a Fabius building and the Fallen. So it's the same rules that we have there. I did not check if this is exactly the same. The Malefic Discipline I think is new, and I think the Warlord traits are also new, if I'm not wrong, because this is for the Demon King. So it's for, if the Chaos Marine is a Psyker character, so this is for Psykers. So I think this is new. Okay, here we have the Demon King. Now we have the Vanguard Space Marines. Okay. Here we have the Vanguard Space Marines. Again, as I said, the same structure as the Codex. We start with the background and the showcase, and then the rules. Okay, so we have here all the showcase. I will not go into detail. They talk about what are the Agents of Terror. So this is a new type of wing of the Space Marines. I'm really looking for how they will be organized at the end. We have here all the some examples of the different chapters, starting from the Dark Angels, okay, White Scars, Space Wars Disruption. We have the Raven Guard. I think all these are from the from First Foundation, right? Are all legends. Here we have the Ultramar, or the what's called is the I forgot the name. The Ultramarines. Okay. The color it's more greenish, more lighter. I think they change a little bit the way to paint them. Then we go to the rules. Again, we have Defender of the Man King, and we have non-codex compliant characters. Okay, we have all here different rules. I guess it's to be able to include. If you decide the Captain Phobos armor is drawn from the Dark Angels chapter, then Captain K-Wars is replaced by Master. Okay, so this is in case that you want to use if you decide that the Librarian Phobos armor is drawn from Dark Angel, then it's Death Wing. Okay, so this is in case you want to include it, so you don't have problems with the K-Words, and you can use them in your chapters. So you can use any of the also special chapters, because also the Space Wolf is going to be called Ron Priest, and the captain is going to call his Wolf Lord. And said that the elite one in Phobos armor, okay, it will call. Yeah, so it's interesting, this thing. So we have the captain, the librarian, the elite one, and then we have the infiltrator squad, suppressor squad, and the eliminator squad. And the cannon, the accelerator cannon is heavy 2, 7. It's not that strong. 2 shots of strength 7 minus 2 is, yeah, it's only 2 shots of. It can do damage, but not incredible, let's say. And then here we have all the chapter tactics, so they can be used in almost any chapter. I'm wondering, so the Dark Angels is not here, I guess. This is only for the. No, this is the Space Wolves. So the Dark Angels is also here. So I'm curious that we also have. You can use also the Dark Angels here. Then we have the Obscuration Discipline. I guess it's a new discipline, and also the Warlord traits if it's a Phobos character. Okay, so here we have all the rules. This is what comes in this book. And then we go to the Shadowspear book, and this is a campaign book. Okay. Also, yeah, I have a lot of campaign books recently. So this is will come only in this box, I guess. We have a little bit of background. It's also in the Warzone of Vigilus. Okay, so this will complement the Vigilus books. And then we have what's called a tree campaign. Okay, so you start with the battle behind the enemy lines, and then depending who wins, you go from one direction or the other. Okay. And here you have the different scenarios, right? So you have the different what's called crucibles of war. So you have behind enemy lines, target of opportunity, all around the fence. I always like this more cinematic. I like this that are more cinematic type of missions. This is why. Then we have here you have all the different roles, and war without end. So you uncover several missions. So war without end is another mission. Just because sometimes we have it's just rules. So going back, just as I say, just opening. So we have war without end. Let me see. No form. This have a lot of reflections when I try to read here. No form of war is unknown in the galaxy. Below blah blah blah. You feel free to use these hooks as the basis of your battles, or simply create your own. So these are rules that you can add. A knife in the dark. So you uncover desperately the need of cache munitions, just as the enemy stumbles across the same price. Race to resource as many supplies as possible. An elite force strikes behind. Okay, so these are different type of backgrounds. So two battles clash. Army in order of the mission, deployment. So there is more things here. Yeah, and here explains you what you can find. So yeah, these are the books. And now we are going to look a little bit more in detail on the miniatures. So let's zoom in a little bit and let's look. Yeah, I think this is going to be. So we start with this is the Chaos character. Okay, so it's coming 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces. 7 pieces, 8 pieces, sorry. Not too many. Yeah, I guess when you assemble, you want to check if you have to think how you will assemble that, because you want to be able to reach some of the inside of the cloth before you close the miniature. So it's always interesting to look how the miniature will look like once it's assembled. And yeah, most likely you will need to paint by parts if you want really to go to top detail. We have here all these boarding schools around here, so it's quite nice. All the detail is very crisp. Be careful with this stuff, it's quite thin. So they do quite thin parts normally, so but this is not one of the worst cases, okay? You have to be always careful, but this is not the worst. This one that I'm more concerned here, the one I'm more concerned is this skeleton, is this skull here. This is attached to the main body by a very thin piece of plastic, so be careful when you cut this one from the sprue. This is quite a delicate one. Okay, that they do more and more this type of things that can be quite delicate, especially in the transport. So this is the librarian, you see, because it's clothed. I love the clothes, the marines with clothes. The sword also is very nice. The tail has runes here, a lot of small details. You will need to join these tubes, I guess, with the tubes somewhere else. So this goes in this is the right arm. So I guess we will need to join this with somewhere, or we'll go attach just directly to this part somewhere here. So again, be careful not damage these small cables. But this is not, it looks quite robust. This is the other character, this is the captain. Okay? The part that is going to be you have to be careful is this one, for example, here. The antennas is something that you have to be also very careful. They can be damaged so easily, these antennas, especially when you remove them from the sprue. The antenna of the grid. This is going to be, these type of antennas are a challenge when you are transporting them. And I'm wondering if this is part, I guess this is just, this is small decoration here. Wow, the small thing here is also, if this is something that you have to put there, yes, this goes there. So this is really attached to the main weapon by nothing. So this one is going to be, you have to be careful with this miniature. It's going to be quite fragile. It's going to be quite challenge to transport. So let's go now to the one of these. Here we have one of the snipers. Okay. So this is one of the new sniper looking. So we have a combination. We have also one of the new flying guys. The cloak here. I'm checking the cloak. It looks quite nice. I like this thing here. The backpack is clothed. Have cloth on top. Again, very fragile parts. Antennas. It's going to be watch out. These wings at the base of the armors are going to be also something that we need to pay a lot of attention when assembling. A lot more antennas. So it's great. This is going to be a pain to cut without damaging. This is quite a very risky part here. Okay, this is going to be difficult to get. Not difficult, but you have to be very careful to cut it without damaging. And this is the 23rd. So I guess this goes connected to another thing, I hope. And it's not just. It looks like a cable, so I guess it's not going to be flying. But I'm just checking. I have to say that the new poses are super dynamic. I think they improve a lot on the posing of the guys. Just checking, this is the 25, I think. This is the part 25. I just want to understand, because it's always important to see how this will go assembled and how risky are to break these parts. Okay, and what happens if you break it, because then it's a pain to repair this. 25. This okay, this will go protected once it's assembled. So this is the belt to hang the pistol, but will go more protected once it's assembled. So curious, they go for these tiny parts. It's always important. For example, this one is not fragile; it's quite robust, right? This one here. But when you go to these antennas, these are going to be challenging. And we have a lot of antennas. For example, this one you have to be careful that it's not broken. This is very exposed even on the sprue. Okay, we have very tiny antennas. There's a lot of tiny parts. Look, this is the one with the medipack. Again, very small needle there. they can make, yeah, the technology is evolving so much that they can make very small parts. This one is very interesting. This is the one throwing the grenade, and they attach it to the arm by some smoke there. So yeah, I was just to say that you have to be careful with these sprues. They have some parts that you have to be careful because they can be quite fragile. So, but the detail is really nice, very crisp. I think once this you have put all, yeah. And I like, I guess the cloaks of these guys are the ones that have cloth on top. So the backpacks of these guys have a cloth on top of the backpack. So this means that they are really camouflaging the backpack as well, and yeah, I guess makes sense, right? You don't want to put a cloak, camouflage cloak, and then on top you put a backpack that is celestial blue. This is one of the sprues of the Chaos. I like here the tongue of this thing. I like the tongue of this thing. There is, I'm always been more Chaos than Loyal Marine. So I like the spiky. I like this what's it called this more I don't gross looking, or I don't see the word. I don't get the word, no, but I like more this demonic looking type of miniatures. Again, here I don't see that many fragile parts. We don't have antennas. For this claw, once it's connected, it's not going to be dangerous, but you see how we have tubes as well here that you have to be careful when removing from the sprue. I guess once are connected to the main part, it's not going to be a problem, but always you have to be careful with tubes and antennas when you are disconnecting them from the sprue, when you're cutting them from the sprue. Here we have one of the main bodies. Look this detail on this power fist. We have all these scratches and grays, so when we paint here we have to go with very thin paint, because these scratches are really superficial but are enough to give you texture, okay? And you have it here. So I paint the hairwood, the old one, and this is much more subtle scratches that we have on the armor. It follows the aesthetic of the first hairwood, and from there they really change the aesthetics of the vehicles of the Chaos Space Marines. And this is mainly the Chaos parts, the Chaos Space Marines, the Chaos Space Marines, the normal unit. Although this looks like from the Possess, this to here look from the Possess, a big claw there. How it's called, the Super Possess, no? I don't remember the name. This is the new, the assault cannon. We have some chainsaw, we have an axe, a chain axe. Here we have another big hand, I guess, for another process. We have a plasma gun here. So nice. They look less delicate than the Space Marines from my point of view. I'm just looking at them. So always when you start assembling them is when you realize how much detail they have. It's difficult normally to show all the detail when you are just on the sprue. So that's all what is coming in this box. This is the Shadowspear box. Okay, this is what's coming in the Shadowspear box, and this is the unboxing for now. So yeah, let me know what do you think. Let me know if you managed to get your copy or not. Normally these are very limited copies. Recently Games Workshop is doing this policy of very limited copies of each of these expansions. I think the price, yeah, it's quite a high price, but you save quite a lot as well at the same time. And ideally, if you can buy it with a friend, maybe the best is to share half for Chaos. So one friend is doing Chaos and the other one is doing Loyal Space Marines. So this is all what you find in this box. I hope you find this unboxing interesting. I hope in the future put in the channel some painting and assembling of these parts. Let me know if there is anyone that you will be really especially interested, because I can put it on the quotation for the next month if there is any character that you really want to see painted or unit. So I hope you like what you have seen here. I hope you have liked this unboxing. I try to give always my point of view of what is the quality and how they look like. The most interesting part for me normally are the miniatures, because it's where you spend more. I spend more time as painting them most of the time. But yeah, and if it's for gaming, I guess maybe it's not that interesting. Maybe the Space Marines are more interesting. I don't know. I'm not that much into the going for the competitive part. Okay, so that's all for now. Please let me know what do you think. Give a like if you have liked this video. And as usual, thanks a lot for watching and see you again later. Bye.